the sum of numbers. Okay, so now that we have the algorithm ready with us, let's look into the real program, the main C program and the assembly language program. And you might want to type this as and when this video is going on. Okay, so I have already coded it over here and I have named it as 129 custom.c. So you can use leaf pad and open a new file called 129 underscore custom.c and press enter. So this is how the code looks like. Let me maximize. So we have the standard include statements. This is the one which is going to make basically we are going to initialize the function over here. Then this is the main program where we set the value of result as 0 count, and then the final result will be basically the place where we have mentioned that it will receive the data in the A0 register. This particular variable is going to receive. What we are going to pass to this particular function are these arguments. We are going to pass 0 in the hexadecimal format and count plus 1, which is 9 plus 1 10. These are the two numbers which we are going to pass to the assembly language program through this particular function. That's a function call, what we call it as. And then this numbers will go into the function. It will return basically a result in the A0 in the A0 register, which we have stored in the result variable, and then finally the sum of the number will be printed over here. Let's look into the how do we do this. So I'll open the assembly code. So in the same directory, or maybe we'll open it from here, in the same directory, also create a file called as load.s, and this is how the load.s actually looks like. These are some thing which is needed to write the assembly language code. We have given a variable or the name of this particular branch as load, and name of this particular piece of the code as loop. We are just labeling pieces of code over here, and I will tell you why. And if you look into the algorithm, it says that initialize, first of all, it will receive a0 and it will receive a0 and a1. It will receive 0 and 10. So once you run the C program, it is going to receive a0 will be sent through a0, and the count 10 will be sent through the register a1. Add a4, this is basically initialize the register a4 with 0 and that's what is the first line. Initialize a4 with 0, initialize a3 and store in a2. So let's look into that. So initialize a3 is over here. We'll initialize a3 by 0. We will add, so this is this third or the second one, the store count 10 in a2. So a1 is the 10 which we have passed from the main C program. A0 is 0, so a2 is a0 plus a1, which is 10. So a2 gets 10. Okay. Next, as it says that a4 is equal to a3 plus a4, let's do that. So a4 is equal to a3 plus a4, and remember we have to branch. We have to look into this particular condition and then branch back to this particular loop. And so we have given a name over here to this particular piece of the assembly code, which is given as a loop. I'll show you how do we reach over here. Increment the intermediate register by 1. So we incremented, as in this case we are incrementing a3 equal to a3 plus 1. So a3 is equal to a3 plus 1 using the ADDI instructions which you must have seen in day 1. Branch if less than. So it says that if a3 is less than a2, you go back to loop, this particular memory address. So if a3 is less than a2, it will go to loop. If not, it will store the results a4 back to a0. And how it does it, basically we are just adding a4 to the 0 register. A4 has the final value. If you look over here, a4 has got the final value after all these computations, and just add a4 to a0 and store it in a0, and then return to the main program. So once you return to the main program, this is the main program. So A0 will get loaded in the result variable, and then you printf the value of you basically printf saying that the sum of the number from 1 to 9 is what is the number. Okay, so write these two codes, open two different files like this. Open one file called as 12 underscore custom.c and write this piece of code over there exactly as it is. Open another file called as load.s in the same directory and write all these lines in that particular directory, in that particular file, and then we're going to simulate it in the next video. Okay, so do that and be ready for the simulations from the next video. Thank you.